Hey everyone, welcome back to the Corvids and Coffee podcast. I'm Liz and I'm here today joined by Tori, and we're recording our holiday special episode. Woo! Holiday special! So it's so with the end of the year approaching, which is really fast, I feel like it really came up fast.
Today we're like, see you in 2026. I was like, what the?
Oh, then you can make that joke that says, I haven't showered since last year. Well, hopefully they don't say that. But yeah, so we're going to talk about the season, and some holiday traditions, different holiday classics we love for movies, about the Grinch, Miracle on 34th Street, and It's a Wonderful Life, and just about reflection around this time of year. So grab a warm drink and get comfortable and join us as we dive into the stories that shaped this season. All right. So it's funny. I was talking about this with somebody. It was, that like Christmas, that Jesus' birthday is not on the 25th of December. They moved it to, they made it that. Yeah,
No, I thought Christmas is when the wise men got there.
Well, no, but I mean, with like, they say, oh, Christmas is Jesus' birthday.
Why, he wasn't born on the 25th?
He wasn't born on December 25th. It was more of a thing of, they made it to be that way to kind of meet the winter solstice. So to kind of close into that time. That is a good question.
Fact check.
Jesus' birthday.
You're going to say 25th.
So it says, oh yeah, real birthday. Give me an answer, Google. Or in this case, Yahoo for some reason.
Where do you hear that from? I've literally never heard it before.
So people have talked about it. So I guess that it's widely celebrated. So 25th is widely celebrated as his birthday, but I think more historical scholars say that it was more between, like, I guess some researchers propose that it's probably more like late September or October. So technically, Little Christmas that's in July would probably be the closer bet than December. Maybe not July. Oh, when is it?
It's in January.
Oh, it's in January. Well, what about the thing Christmas in July?
That's just a sales tactic.
Oh, okay. Damn you, capitalism. Where was it? Christmas. You know what? We'll come back to that. Well, also there's pagan holidays and like, hey, stop playing videos. They have pagan holidays and like how they would decorate trees. And just like I love all the different kind of traditions they'd have, especially for original Christmas cards. Like if you ever looked them up, what they actually looked like, it wasn't even pictures on the cards. It was just these really beautifully illustrated Christmas cards. So if I looked them up, I think there was like I remember looking it up a while ago, and they always had the best ones. Let me think. I think there was like the first Christmas card. They had some that were really nice, and they always said like "Merry Christmas" and "A Happy New Year" to you. And they always had these little illustrations. There's one particularly I'll have to link in the description where it's like a little illustration of a family together and just everyone coming together for the holidays. And they're really beautifully made ones. Sometimes they'd have Santa on them, or they just kind of. They have like this kind of old illustrations on them, which were really beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, we should talk about the holiday traditions we grew up with, especially with the more recent one in the past. I'd say a few years, a Christmas pickle, which I think is a German tradition. Where what is it? So you hide this little pickle ornament in the tree, and then you and your family have to find so somebody in the family has to find a pickle while you're searching the tree, and if you end up finding it, you get a little extra gift for yourself. So we got the tradition from our brother-in-law, Chris, who actually speaks German, and he brought up this tradition. So we ended up getting it. I think we did things like, what is it? We did a Chinese food gift card. I think we did a little gift, movie tickets. I think we did candy at one point.
It's $5.
Because, inflation has robbed us. There's the best tradition, which is the famous Christmas card photo excursion, which usually takes us about an hour, but our parents make dinner, and it's usually like the week before Christmas, which is or the day before Christmas in some cases. So everyone gets the card. Basically, it's a New Year's card at that point. No, I think mom and dad ended up making them, but they're probably going to give them out on Christmas Eve.
We also do gingerbread houses.
Oh yeah,
which is fun.
We do it with the little kids. Actually, we did this year. We did. We had all friends' kids. We got some pictures together, which was really nice.
It's nice, just good excuse to get together and also something for the kids to do.
Exactly. I know. There's a tradition. There's actually. I remember a while back. This was I was talking about with mom. When our Aunt Carolina had come over and she made that giant like Swiss chateau that was out of gingerbread. Then again, she was also an architect, so that makes sense why it came out so beautifully. But mom was saying how we should maybe make one on her birthday.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We could also make one on Christmas Day if she wanted to. And I was looking into some old designs for it.
Yeah,
so we can make a big one.
Though.
She really is the best, and she's a practiced veteran at gingerbread house making. So That is the fun part.
Wanna see Christmas lights is another thing.
Oh, yeah,
I
we
didn't
always
think
see
this
them.
year. I'm hoping I go, like, right after Christmas or something, but
Well, I went to the one at Tower Hill at the New
you
England
did.
Botanical Gardens in West Boylston. I feel like we should go there for our lights next time.
Yeah,
It's
Casa
not far.
LA.
Ooh, La
You ever been
Soleil.
there?
I've heard of it, but I've never
Really
been.
good. We should go there.
Ooh, and what is it, the one we always go to that I feel like gets shorter every time? Yeah, it's a Fatima shrine
It's the
we go to.
smallest.
It's a little bit smaller, very well laid out, but I feel like they always get a little bit shorter each year with the amount of time and days that you can go and see the lights. But we always did that growing up, and we'd always go with our family around the area, and we end up going. I think what is it? We would go Christmas Day at night. I think yeah, it was usually on Christmas Day, or it would sometimes be on Christmas Eve.
For the lights?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to ice skating on Christmas Eve every year.
Oh, actually, mom wants to do that for her birthday, so I think we should do that over at the Franklin ice skating rink. What, ice skating?
Yes.
Hasn't it always been dangerous?
Yeah, but, you know.
You just don't wanna fall on the ice. I need to get knee pads for that if that's the case. 'Cause yeah, actually, there's some fun facts I have for, there's Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. Example for Kwanzaa, the Kinara candle colors. So for the candle holder using Kwanzaa, which is a Kinara, it holds 7 candles, and there's 3 red ones, 1 black, and 3 green. And the colors represent the African flag and symbolize the struggle of their freedom. And the black candle, called the I'm probably going to butcher this, Umoja candle, is lit on the first day. And the alternating lighting of the red and green candles from left to right follows, representing the principles of Kwanzaa. They also have, for let's see, for Hanukkah highlights, there's this kind of funny. We do have a friend that celebrates Hanukkah, and they have this one called latkes, or how do you pronounce this, Tori? You would know how to probably pronounce it.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yacht?
Yeah, so obviously we don't even know what that is.
Yep. But latkes, I know, those are potato pancakes. We've had those with our friend before, with our friend Rhea before.
Yep,
Um
latkes.
and it's a debate over the preferred Hanukkah treat, and I would say latkes because I don't know what the other thing is, but latkes are a staple in many Jewish households. And there's also another treat that I'm just gonna call it. I can't pronounce it, but it's the other one. It's deep fried sufganiyat donuts are popular. But both seem pretty delicious. But we had latkes with Ray, and it was really delicious. I really like, and also I love potatoes, so that just is a good deal. We have a Christmas one, which is mistletoe, which actually in Norse mythology, mistletoe was associated with love, peace, and friendship. So adversaries who met under it were encouraged to lay down their weapons and embrace. And then over centuries, it became more of a romantic gesture, as we know today, especially in a lot of rom coms. My favorite, While You Were Sleeping, with Bill Pullman and Sandra Bullock. We also have. I wanted to include this one as just kind of a funny Krampus. I don't know if there are many people who incorporate that into traditions with their kids,
I hope not.
having, well, or at least being like, "Hey, if you're naughty, Krampus will come and take you and just throw you in a sack and whisk you away." And for those who don't know what Krampus is, he's kind of this giant goat-like sort of
Very
beast
scary.
man, very scary. There's actually a lot of good horror movies with Krampus in it. But yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of the spooky part of the holiday. It's sort of a moral warnings. Yeah.
I said most people luckily don't know about that.
Unless you go to Krampus Fest, which they do have in Europe,
Yeah,
which I really wanna go to. I wanna go to it.
other traditions, some people, like, celebrate I was talking to coworkers recently about, like, when they celebrate Christmas, like
Mm.
Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Christmas at midnight.
Oh, like, what's kind of their go
Yeah.
like, the most important day in
Yeah, we
Christmas
celebrate
season?
Christmas Eve, but kind of late, not purposely on midnight at midnight, but usually we end up being there till midnight.
Yeah, it's usually what? It's, like,
But,
around, like,
like,
6:30,
Dirk's
7?
family, they celebrate at midnight, they open gifts.
Oh, wow, at
That's,
midnight
like,
they
a lot
open
of, like
gifts?
yeah, a lot of people do that. They, like, wait till midnight, and then they open all their gifts.
We usually wait until, like, the next morning, like, so what we do is we'll go to our grandmother's house and we'll meet up with the whole family, we'll have dinner, we'll have dessert, and then we do, kinda gifts with the kids and stuff, and gifts from our grandmother Nana there, and then usually the next day, then we'll do the other gifts exchange. We also do Yankee swap with our family, and we're also doing a small one with, me, Tori, Ronica, and Fia. So we're doing one together as like a kind of like a girls Yankee swap. So that'll be really fun. And I think I can't wait to share pics of the gifts after because I was gonna say I think mine's a pretty good one. And
We'll see.
we'll see. I hope you like it. I kind of hoping you'll get it because I think you'll appreciate it the most. And it has something that you would really like in it. Um, but yeah, there's been so many different traditions and there's new traditions. Like I really want to start collecting those little wool animal ornaments that
Yeah,
yeah. Well, we have 2 on the tree now. We have one that's a little deer one with a present with a little sweater on, and then we have our little raccoon with the sweater holding up a Christmas tree. We also have, our 3rd technically in total, 3rd Nutcracker ornament from when we went to see the Nutcracker, which is also another holiday
It's
tradition.
really just our 3rd bear. Oh, yeah, that's another one, yeah.
Yeah. When we go to the Nutcracker, it's usually what is it? It's on November, like towards the end of November. We'll usually go after Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving was late this year, so it didn't feel like there was a lot of time passed between it. But that's sort of the bridge into to the Christmas season and the holiday season. We'll go to the Nutcracker. We'll go see it in Boston, and we'll see it with with Ronica, Fia, our Aunt Tina, our mom, and Nana. So we all go together, and it's usually pretty chaotic trying to get out of there, but, we always love seeing it. The bear is my favorite part, though, especially
I
when he
love the
plays it
bear.
up, he's just like, "Everybody clap for me," like, he did little hand gestures and stuff. I named the bear on the tree, the ornament, I named him Henry
Nice.
because he looks like a Henry.
Oh, I just repeated it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. But, yeah, let's get into our movies because there are so many good ones. Mainly the 3 we'll talk about are very big Christmas classics we grew up watching besides A Christmas Story, but we could fit that in for next year. How the Grinch Stole Christmas, so it definitely teaches you, like, it's a whole symbol of being, like, isolated during the holidays. Sometimes some people don't have
Like,
family to spend time. Well, I'm just saying there's a symbol of isolation and bitterness. He is the best actor ever, and there's a lot of work going behind that movie, which I do have facts to bring up with it. But no, the big meaning of it is, the belonging and being kind to one another, and, it's not about the gifts, it's about spending time with the people you love and, enjoying that time during the holiday season, some respite before the new year and towards the end of the year and being thankful for everything around you. My favorite Grinch adaptation, I think both of our favorites, is definitely the Jim Carrey one. The original animated one's really good too, but Jim Carrey did such an amazing job. And I also want to go next time around this time, go to Grinchmas in in the Universal Orlando because they do the Grinch, a whole thing for that. But go ahead.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something. But I want to ask, what is your favorite Grinch quote? Because I have some good ones here, and there's just so many. And there's actually a funny short I think I sent to our group chat, with everything. But my favorite is the 4 o'clock, wallow in self pity. 4:30, stare into the abyss. 5 o'clock, solve world hunger. Tell no 5:30, Jazzercise, which I don't think I've ever seen Jazzercise in person. 6:30, dinner with me. I can't cancel that again. And then 7, wrestle with my self-loathing, and I'm booked. That's kinda how I feel about this time of year. It's like, I'm booked. I'm just so busy. Well, which one's your favorite, Tori?
The Grinch?
Yeah.
The Christmas shave part is my favorite.
The Gift of a Christmas Shave.
Shave.
Whenever I hear that, I always think, "Look at that hack
Wait,
job."
honestly, doesn't he go crazy with the thing or whatever?
Yeah, he, like, ends up,
That's what somebody else says.
oh, yeah, he buzzes that whose, hair off in the middle, and then he, like, steals that one whose, like, container of alcohol, and then he, like, makes a fire, and then he crashes that little car. There's also the one that dad likes to quote, which is, "The child mentioned a check." Those are pretty good. And I have some good quotes some good facts we can read about the Grinch to have it here. Let's see. Apparently, the Grinch wasn't originally green, and it's become such a staple. So apparently, the Grinch was black and white with pink eyes in Dr. Seuss's original story, and then the director Chuck Jones decided to give it a makeover for the 1966 animated special for the How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And I feel like that changed like everything, which I'm not surprised because there would be like kind of a different color, especially with like Dr. Seuss and all the creative like characters that he's made. There was that big one, which is Jim Carrey received CIA level torture training to deal with the Grinch's intense makeup
Yep.
for also for any of those like, especially for Halloween movies when people do like heavy prosthetic makeups for like characters and there's like 8 hours in the chair. Most notably like Billy Jones who does, or what's his name? Oh, Doug Jones. Doug Jones who does like Billy from Hocus Pocus and Pan from Pan's Labyrinth, also the Pale Man in Pan's Labyrinth and the Fishman from The Shape of Water and Abe Sapien from Hellboy. He's had to undergo a lot of transformations, but I think he's definitely very much a trooper with that when it comes to it. But apparently for the Grinch, he endured about 8.5 hours in the makeup chair, and he said it was similar to being burned alive every day. Yeah, and he had to bring in a CIA operative to endure that amount of time. Especially, I mean, he's a very hyperactive person, so I could imagine he probably did not want to be. I don't think anyone want to be in the chair for that long, especially if it's majority of your day or majority of your morning. There's also some other good ones. I'm trying to look for a really good one for you to. Oh, there's actually a good one. Dr. Seuss's widow approved Jim Carrey's casting as the Grinch. So, Dr. Seuss's widow, so who made The Grinch, says in a letter released by her agent, she reportedly wrote that casting The Grinch would require a performer of comparable stature to Jack Nicholson, Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, and yes, Jim Carrey. It's an interesting fact. Let's see. Oh, and apparently the Grinch's devilish grin was edited out of some TV airings for being too creepy.
My god, are you serious?
I'm not even kidding. Oh, even so it's from the original animated one. They said the Grinch slowly, and sinisterly scrunches up his face, and apparently it's too scary for kids back in the '60s. So a lot of networks apparently edited that part out. Also, I thought this one was really funny. You should read this one. Sure.
Whoville is heavily populated by Cirque du Soleil performers.
And doesn't that make more sense now that you've seen it, especially with like the Whobilation and everything? They had
Wait,
like,
are they saying that actually?
yeah.
Like in the real life one?
So they said that many veteran Cirque du Soleil performers were hired to portray the zany residents of the idyllic town, and they all have the physical abilities that could possibly need or want, and yet they also have a very strong performance background and very odd characters in odd situations. So that seemed very fitting, and now it makes sense looking back at that movie.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was very like animated.
There's also trying to think of another good one to bring up. Oh, this one's an interesting one. You know Cindy Lou Who, who's played by Taylor Momsen?
Okay.
So there's this one where it's do you remember that little girl who's dreaming of sugar plums during the like the Grinch's like gift stealing montage? So that's her sister. She made a little cameo in it, which I thought was kind of funny. Also, local school children helped create the film's Whobilation costumes. So like those ones, like remember the ones with Cindy and her family, how they're wearing like the little eggnog on a plate on their heads and stuff. I thought that was really cute though. I was gonna say that's really sweet that they helped make that. Yeah, it was Brookside Elementary School in Oak Park, California. They helped create gingerbread men, holiday gifts, sparkling stars, and other homemade bits and bobs to embellish the costumes. And I feel like that was definitely good to bring magic to the film.
That's a classic Christmas movie. Speaking of classic Christmas movies, what else do we have on our list?
We have Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, I've never seen it.
You still have to watch that one, but basically, to sum it up, it focuses centrally around this woman who works as a manager at a toy store called, I think it's called Gimbals, or I think it might have been the one at Macy's, but it's Maureen O'Hara's character, and she has a daughter, and she's kind of very cynical around the holidays. She tells her like basically she's taught her kid like not to really believe in Santa. And then when they need a actual like stand-in for Santa for the store for when kids come to visit Santa, they find this guy who is claiming to be Kris Kringle himself, and they think, oh, he's just applying for the job. And he ends up kind of proving to be the real deal. There's actually a scene in it where the actor who plays Kris Kringle, which actually I'll have to bring that one up in a second, but there's a scene where this woman who has an adoptive daughter from like Europe, she's this little Dutch girl, and says like, "Oh, like I'm sorry, she doesn't speak English, like, but she really wanted to see you." And he puts a little girl on his lap, and he starts talking to her and speaking with her in Dutch, and they end up like having a little conversation. They end up actually singing like a little Dutch song together, which I thought was really sweet. Yeah, it was really cute. They have it in the remake one where I guess there's a little deaf girl and he performs ASL. And it's kinda like a thing of like, because like the real Kris Kringle is kind of like, has so many kids all around the world that he delivers gifts to. And, of course, he would know how to communicate with them. So I thought that was a really sweet touch. And there's a whole thing of him being brought to court because they think, "Oh, he's crazy," and proving like, is a Santa Claus real? And there's some really good facts out from it. But,
Anyway, other movies that I have seen.
oh, yeah, but we'll go back to that one for facts.
Okay.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
Okay, fine, we'll go back.
Classic. We love It's Wonderful Life. If you haven't seen it, you should just watch it because we're not going to spoil it.
I think it's been the most popular, especially with,
Classic Christmas.
also so many shows.
Or a Christmas Story.
Oh, Christmas Story, but,
Right. I saw someone
me too.
buying a BB gun today when I went to go.
And you said you'll shoot your
I
eye
wanna
out,
be like,
kid.
"You should try a kid," but
You should've.
Yep.
Why? Because the mom would've yelled at me like,
No, it's a
"How
guy
dare
buying
you?"
it.
You should've been like, "Why are you doing that? You're gonna shoot your eye out." But in It's a Wonderful Life is such a big Christmas movie, especially for the fact that I've seen so many, like, TV shows have, like, holiday episodes or episodes where they use the same plot of the "I wish I was never born" kinda thing, like, "Life was better without me," and then they show them, like, kinda have, like, a Clarence and George Bailey figures. It is the same well, it's also kinda I think it probably takes inspiration from Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol. Well, no, in that case, there it kinda shows, it shows his past, present, and future, and in Scrooge, there's, like but they I think they have kinda brought that apart where it's like, well, if you weren't around, then it's like, this is what life would be like without you. But obviously, George realizes how much of an impact he had on his community even after all of his even after, like, the bouts of bad luck with Potter and, like, the whole and, like, losing his uncle losing the money for the bank. It all ends up coming out great at the end, and I'd recommend anyone to watch this movie. It's such a moving and emotionally driven movie, and it's so amazing. It just every life has meaning, and I think, we don't realize how many lives we touch, especially around this time of the year. So if you ever think that you'd be better off with not being here, you should really watch this movie and give it a chance because it really shows that every person's life has an impact. And yeah, there's also a little song where it's or not a song. There's a little quote that's like the um what his daughter Zuzu says at the end, where it's like, "Look, Daddy, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings," and it's a sign that Clarence got his wings for helping George. Oh my god, that's so funny. It's chicken wings. It's everywhere. Oh, that one's so good. Last Holiday with Queen Latifah. So good. Oh, we watched that one actually at the beginning of the month, which I watched on Cinema Therapy, and they analyzed the relationships in it, and the most healthy relationship was the son and the Tim Allen, yeah. Oh, remember when we watched those all the time, especially on ABC Family when they did well, they did, like ABC Family did, like, 25 Days of Christmas. I remember we would watch those all the time, and I'd be like, "We gotta watch these ones." They were so popular. Oh, Christmas Chronicles with, what's his name? I forget oh, Kurt Russell. Those ones are another good ones, and that one was, like, a more later on, like, I think it was closer to, like, 2018 or something like that, and those are really good. I thought it wasn't gonna be as good of a movie, but it did. And there's also some good facts from the other movies I should bring up. Oh, the Rankin Bass film ones that are those, or the, stop motion animation. Yeah. A Year Without a Santa Claus, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That's A Year Without a Santa Claus. Oh, yeah. No, wait, do you know the audio? The Snow Miser? So they switching it up? Yes. And well, there's that and there's that audio people made on TikTok, which is similar to it, which is like the, "I'm Mr. White Christmas, I'm high on crack." Oh, you should listen to those ones. They're so good. But Santa Claus is Coming to Town I really like, and that's the one where it's the origins of Kris Kringle. So it's like this little kid that's adopted by elves. We should watch those. Oh, and the little penguin that's in it's really cute. I love it. Heat Miser so much. They did like a remember when they did like a sequel to that with but it's for it's or a spinoff where it's just Heat Miser, Miser? When did that one come out? I was gonna say that one. I don't think it was Rankin Bass for that one because they did it for the first one, but that was because it was back in the day. It was the I'm gonna see if I can look it up, but you go on without with things. Two. I think that one what's the second one? No, because there was another one. Elf. Classic one. We watched that one recently. Yeah, because I think it's like 2003, I wanna say. It was early 2000s. I know, right? Well, it was originally gonna be a much darker movie apparently, but they ended up changing it to be more, like, kid-friendly, and it's very happy. I also really like the storyline that it's like, it's this man finding out, like, his whole it's finding your identity basically in a movie, but him, like, going to find his dad and everything and just, like, changing people's lives for the better. The fact that Will Ferrell ate so much candy and, like,
He, like,
sugar for this
actually was
movie.
living it.
He chugged, like, a whole bottle of Coca-Cola
No,
and
he's eating,
ate
like, maple
spaghetti with
syrup
maple
and,
he's
like,
like,
remember when
I
he does
love
the
maple
chocolate syrup
syrup."
and he puts it on the spaghetti and he's, like, eating it? He's
When he adds a
really eating
Pop-Tart,
it.
he's, like, crunching it up, and he's
Yeah,
like,
so
"Oh," and he's, like, eating handfuls of spaghetti. He's like, "I made lunch and"
he's
no,
like, "You
"I
want
made
how
breakfast
many scoops
and
do you want?"
lunch."
I'm like, "Yeah, how many scoops of spaghetti?"
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I'll stick to the coffee." He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yeah, yeah, that's fine." It was so like, I don't think I could have the same diet that Buddy the Elf had, because also that's way too much sugar, especially when he's reciting the food groups with, like, candy canes, candy corns, and, syrup. But, yeah, that one is such a classic one. I'm trying to think of other new ones that yes, I know. So, I am gonna say a few more,
Wait, does it tell you how long we've been recording for?
yes, but I wanna say a few quotes from the It's a Wonderful Life and from Miracle on 34th Street. So do you wanna read some? There's one that's, so here's some that are from I got it.
Where?
Right here.
Are these facts?
Yes,
Oh, what's Bedford Falls?
that's where the movie's set.
What movie?
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful
Alright. Yeah. Just shut up, I'll just do it. The town of Bedford Falls was built from scratch and took shut up, Tori. It took 2 months to build and cost a total of 3.7 million to construct. There were a whopping 75 buildings spread across 4 acres in Encino, California. And there's actually another good one that I wanted to bring up. It was a snow mixture for that movie, which I thought was interesting. While previous productions have painted like cornflakes white in order to make convincing snowflakes, instead the director Frank Capra devised a new way to create white stuff. He ended up, and not the bad white stuff from the 80s. He made a mixture of foamite, sugar, and water to create convincing looking snow. It was also there's also a whole thing of it that it wasn't actually meant to be a Christmas movie. It was just going to be it says the director revealed that the movie wasn't intended to be a festive classic, but it's like when, it's just like just the moral of the story, I guess. There was also where else was it? One second, I'm looking at the quotes. Oh yeah, so the film actually flopped in the box office. And it's kind of weird to think because it's such a successful film now. When they released the film, it made 3.3 million, even though it cost 3.18 million to make it, which makes sense. That was a very expensive movie. And then we have some facts from Miracle on 34th Street. Macy's and Gimbals, the stores they used in the movie, didn't actually give consent until after filming had concluded. So, despite the fact that both Macy's and Gimbals Gimbals figure prominently in the story, the studio took a gamble by getting the companies to sign off. By not getting the companies to sign off of using their names in it. Until after they started recording. There's also the film was released in the summer. So despite it being a Christmas movie, they pushed the film to be released in the summer and they weren't sure if it would have success if it was going to be Christmas. So it was around June. Yeah.
That is kind of weird, yeah.
Yeah. It was an interesting one. The little girl, Natalie Wood, who played the manager's daughter in the movie, she was 8 years old at the time of filming and still technically believed in Santa Claus. And she actually thought that Edmund Gwenn, who played Kris Kringle, was actually Santa. They had done up his like beard and stuff. They put a fake beard on him, so she'd only see him in the beard for a long time. And then until they did like wrapped up shooting and did a set party, she saw what he looked like without the beard. But there's also let's see. There was actually a thing for 3 of the main actors, which was Gwen, O'Hara, and John Payne would hang out together on nights that they weren't filming. So kind of have their own like set family. Um, and there was actually a sequel was written, but it was never produced. So they were going to do a sequel, and it was going to be let's see, it was going to be called Tis Herself. But they talked about it for years, and then eventually wrote a screenplay, and they were going to send it, but then it just never kind of worked out. Let's see what else. Favorite holiday drink to wrap it up.
Easy.
Eggnog. All right, I like Ignice. Ooh, let's think. I was gonna say sometimes I like peppermint, but I was gonna say I usually like hot chocolate during this time of year. But if I was thinking of like a coffee one, there's like a creme brulee latte or yeah, something fast. Actually, the sugar cookie iced latte is pretty good. I like the sprinkles in it.
Punch the other day, holiday punch was really good from Trader Joe's, the was
Oh,
I heard it's called Wassaim or something.
you'll have to find
I'll
it. I
get
was gonna
it
say that would be
tomorrow if I
good.
have time, but
But it's a
it's
holiday
really
punch,
good.
so it's
See it
sold
made
as
in a
holiday
party.
punch. Ooh,
It's
nice.
really good. You can buy it at Trader Joe's. I forgot what it's called. Ciao Trader Joe's
Very nice.
for all the Christmassy things.
Well, even though we couldn't have Fee and Rock on this episode, I thought we could talk about it still and have a fun time. But yeah, as we wrap up this episode, I just wanted to say thank you for spending, part of your holiday season with us, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or if you just enjoy, quieter moments this time of year brings. We hope this episode reminded you of the value of community kindness and reflection. And from all of us here at Corvids and Coffee, we're wishing you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and we'll see you in the next episode. And as always, stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Bye, guys.